My Gavan Melonin, and well met indeed. I am Arachir Garladirthan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to the same as we witness the turnaround of fortunes of Angmar. The dwarves come at us relentlessly as the tide breaks upon the rocks, but with the assistance of the Witch King of Angmar, we shall now turn them back. In the south, our grand army has begun its campaign. Baduila,
Yes,
the last of our southern and eastern generals, makes his way through first Knockfaraclaw, and then he shall head down to Cameth Bryn, cutting off a major recruitment centre for the Breelanders, and from there take the Great East Road west, past Amunsul and the small village, or now town, of Ostsul, and then to Bree itself. And the Breelanders will not be able to stop us. But first, the Witch King must hold back the blue tide, lest our western borders fall and the campaign be for naught. Captain Carlin comes, but so does Daldin. But you'll note that Daldin cannot make it to Gobadrine in one turn. He cannot support Carlin if Carlin sieges. So we will give them one turn. We will end the turn and see what happens. You'll note they're attacking us in Athelin as well, where unfortunately we have not yet built our armory. It is but 2 turns away, meaning we'll not be able to save Athelin, I don't think. Our garrison won't hold there. But we maybe, just maybe... Oh, I'll tell you what we should do is send those wargs out and retreat, send them to a place where they can retreat. I was hoping we might have a general knocking around somewhere who might be able to pick up the slack, but I don't think we do. So this is going to have to be it. Money-wise, we are hemorrhaging. And, which isn't all that great. But this is what we are going to do, though. We're going to attack Sackville. And Will the Fat will pay the price of the Breelanders' desperate desire for war. As our raiding force and our current lord, our overlord, Agandawa, makes his way through the Shire, wrecking and rampaging as he goes. Start the deployment. Welcome to the simple little village of Sackville, home of the hobbits. It is here that they shall meet their end. A petty garrison stands before us, and ultimate victory. And we shall beat them here. So, archers, take the 4. Rain down upon them. Everyone else, with the glory of Angmar, stand behind. Or they will send you the other way, and you can charge in from there. Start the bet. Do they have archers of their own? Yes, they do. They are Bandobras archers, and they have been upgraded to suit the Breelander tastes. And they look cool, if a little short. Can't hold that against them. Go wide. Press out. Can we come in from the other way? Yes, we can. Alright, we'll send some units around here too. You and you. Run around there. The generals, you're going to go down the middle after the archers. Move into position, and you over there are moving up here. Now, whilst our units move into position, let me discuss a little with you with some behind-the-scenes modding aspects. Number 1, the Nirn, the lands around the Great Sea of Nirn, have been adapted and amended to now be green. A small oasis of green against the black backdrop that is Mordor. And I think it looks very, very cool. I'm waiting for some... if there's any sort of resistance to the change, I shall know soon enough, as it's been on the Dropbox now for a while. Secondly, the historic borders of Arthedain, Cardlan and Ruidour have been extended to match. Have been met is a better word. The hidden resource that governs Arthedain, that governs Cardlan and governs Ruidour has been extended to match the historical borders, is what I am going for with that one. So Arthedain forces will now be available slightly more readily than they were before. Cardlan forces will be available slightly less than they were before, and Ruidour will be slightly more than before. Ruidour gained 2 provinces in the realignment. Cardlan lost 2 provinces, and they both went to Ruidour. And Arthedain gained 7 provinces. Most of them being the Shire, though, so don't get your hopes up, because the Shire can't actually really contribute anything to the war effort. Or at least contributes very little. Right, we're in. Our archers aren't getting many kills here, so I'm not too concerned.
If we continue like this,
We'll probably take some losses, but meh, what does it matter? A lovely charge in by the Guardians of Kharndom. They're gutting the enemy general's force. Just as our Witch Knights arrive. Ah, the enemy fears our Witch Knights more than they fear our army on that side. You there.
Only half the enemy force remains.
No one's in defensive mode. Perfect. Pull yous out. Don't get hit by those pikes. Lovely. Ah, lovely. Now, there will only be 2 Angmar episodes because, of course, the first Monday of the month is upon us. And so next Monday there will be a lore video. And soon there'll be a developer diary as well, probably next week, actually. So there might only be 2 DaC episodes next week, too. Ah, Will the Fat has gone down. This is our Ruadau men. And Iron Crown forces smash into the last few farmhand
Men are
men.
in command of the city.
They are beset. I still need to change that flag. But then even when I do change that flag, it won't be in this campaign.
This
it
is
will
a
be
clear
in
victory.
the Lapis one if we turn against Bree. We only lost 21 men. I consider that quite the win. Yay, us. Go team. Ah, delightful. I was thoroughly looking forward to recording today, actually. I was even daydreaming about recording, which is a bit bizarre. Normally it's more of a afterthought. But today I was hot on it. I've thoroughly enjoyed my latest Skyrim episode. I was so thrilled with killing Volsung. I'm looking forward to recording another one of those as well. And Sackville is ours. We shall sack the settlement for the most money that we can get.
Our courage and honor have conquered.
I can't remember what the shortcut is. Oh, no, that saves the game. One of the shortcuts mutes the sound, but... oh, you can turn on subtitles. Do you get subtitles just like all the time? No. Anyway, the sound is muted. Let's destroy everything in the Shire and gut this little village. Get all the money for it, along with the 1,000 we've already gained. And there we are, we can turn the sound back on. We won't bother with the subtitles. I think they only play at the battle screen. Right, jolly good victory, lads. Now keep pressing south if you can, because there's no way you're going to get up past Bree, so your only real hope is to go down and really annoy them down here. Does the Bree land own across the river? No, Dunland does. Ooh. Let's go for the castle of...
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Making camp here.
What's it called? Witherboard? No, Winterian Eor? Something along those lines.
Yes.
No, Winterian Eor's over there. It's called
We shall
Cor Willishar.
continue tomorrow.
And Nofferaclaw has only 2 turns. I am just going to wait that out. I'm not going to lie to you. Let's give it an end turn. The dwarves are just a constant pain in the neck in this campaign, are they not? Sackville, as expected, fell to the Brelanders immediately, but that's not a problem. We're raiding them for their monies. We don't care about control. Although if we can take Cor Willishar and hold it, I wouldn't say no to that. Because if we can weaken their power, we definitely want to do that. Not many dead nations, though, are there? Oh, Carlin bypassed us.
An order. Your will, my lord.
Foolish Carlin.
Orders. As you wish. Your will, my lord.
Oh, hang on. We're not all that bothered about that one. We
Orders.
definitely want that one, though. Oh, we can take them all. We can take them all.
My lord. An order.
Right, go there. You're joining them, you're joining them, and then you're joining them. And that makes your full army. Either you're standing around doing nothing now. But it's alright, if they attack, and even if they attack and they take it, we can then siege them out. We lost... Sadly, we didn't take whatever that wanted. Was it Barketta, did I just read? Should do, and go back into there. Detached little leather worker, which means it's retraining. We might as well chuck them in. Set yourself to there. We are again losing money. All of our money has been used up, unfortunately.
Orders. Yes.
It matters not. The Brelanders will fall. Now, who have you come across? Captain Woody. Oh, are those gatekeepers? Yes, they
Come
are.
and get me. You
Well, if you can train gatekeepers somewhere, we don't want you to own that.
honor. Yes.
Ah, look, they've upgraded it
Shall engage.
into a Breelander castle.
Shall prevail. Yes.
I bet it's got an armory. We can't see at the moment.
Yes.
We're going to need more than this because
As you
it's going to have I saw someone post on Total War Center in the bug thread saying, is it a bug that when I attack Finabel, capital city of Harad, as the RR deny him, all of my towers and siege ramps just seem to be getting destroyed? It did make me laugh. And the answer, of course, is yes. Right, Nokva will fall in one turn, so they might rise up, and we'll see what the dwarves do. There are some people that have said about, oh, the towers are way too more powerful now. And I think that's just people disliking change, if I'm honest. As has been proven from my own campaign, the towers don't win battles necessarily for you. The Harad one we had the other day, obviously the towers did really well, like 1,000 kills, but that was because the Mumakil bugged out massively and didn't break down the gate. It wasn't necessarily because the towers were OP. Bree have got Hammer Guard in there. They must have joined the mercenary side. And where on earth does Captain Ray even come from? Oh, what was a simple victory has now turned into quite a defence. But if we just hold our position... Have I saved it already? Yeah, but we'll save it again. Hold our ground. We can take them.
Men. We march into battle.
To be honest, the situation before, towers were absolutely pathetic. You didn't have to consider them at all. Attacking a city was just as easy as attacking anyone out in the countryside, and that is wrong. The towers should have an effect. And where they are now, I think, is about prime. They will destroy your siege equipment. You will now actually have to bring more than one ram. If people are complaining about that, then that's par for the course. And some siege towers do get broken, yes, but most make it through. It is just an RNG thing, and you will find that most of your siege is successful. And as mentioned, they're not so overpowered as to wipe out whole armies. They're still quite inaccurate. So I think it is just people disliking change. In the base game, this is what gets me the most. In Medieval 2, you were able to use boiling oil, which could decimate an entire battalion of even elite troops with absolutely no risk of failure. It would drop on them no matter how good they were, and it would wipe them out. And yet, people don't moan. Moan is the word I'm going with, I'm afraid, because they do come across as moany rather than suggestive. People never bang on about that, and it's removed by almost every mod, and yet you make the towers a little stronger. And it's at the minute it's one of the biggest things that we read about. But I'm open to hearing suggestions. That's the problem with modding feedback, and just feedback in general, really. People are very quick to say that they like or dislike a thing, but they're not very quick to give you reasons as to why they like or dislike a thing. It's always just, I don't really like that change. Cool. Would you put something in its place? Oh, I hadn't thought about it. Right. Of course, you're allowed to dislike something without reason, but having a reason makes it much more likely that your point will be carried. Which ones are you? Please be archer ones. Yes, good day.
The enemy have brought up more men.
Right. Our line will hold. The enemy sits just across the way from us. They don't have any siege, do they? No. And they've got a pathetically small amount of cavalry. It's an army of half units, really. Many of them are under strength. This is a beleaguered Breeland force that marches across this plain, I can tell you. The death of the Dunedain has shaken the Breelanders to their very core. But I want to make my grass bigger. Does someone know how to make the grass bigger? I want it to be more lush. And there's their reinforcements. Somehow the music has turned off, so all you're hearing is the slight jingle of armour. Anyway, the reinforcement army is also beleaguered and battered. Right, you're actually in really, really poor positions, so move you down there. Move you behind them there. We'll send all four of you out on that side. The Witch King is behind us. You're damn right he is, sons. Oh, conscripts. You're of almost no use to me here. All riders run forward. Right, everyone that's just been told to move, do so at pace. Team 2, you are to hold your positions. Do not break this line. Keep the pathetic weaklings at bay. Although they're pausing to shoot us, which is always a nuisance. We've got to just put up with a volley for a moment. We've got some journeymen, some bowguards, some militia. Nothing too threatening. One of them has a gatekeeper's den. No, that was the army at Core Militia. Axe Guard there, 2 and 4th. There's a large unit of Axe Guard at the back. Got to watch out for that. 10%, or 13%, sorry. Ah, there's the Khazad-dûm Battalion. Legion Hammer Guard. Small, but quite mighty. We'll have to watch out for that. The reinforcements are hastily coming to the front, which means the reinforcements will have to be dealt with. Right, they've met our line. It's all on now. Oh, and they came down on the merchants.
If we continue like this, we will
made a very poor decision. Ah, they're already running away. Right, all 4 of you. Let's get you out. Sharpish. Go, 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 go. Archer, militia, bowguard. Oh, we got cavalry, we got archers against us again. It's an army of archers, and the melee forces are routing as soon as they reach us. Right, no one's on defensive mode anymore. We don't have a cavalry to stop them, do we? Right, just run towards them. Just close in on them. Let's try and catch them in a grouping.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Go, 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 go. Break out, break out.
The enemy general flees like the coward he is. Press onward and break the spirit of his army.
Alright, there's a huge force routing there.
Our men have captured the enemy general. Guard him well and make it so he can see us defeat the rest of his army.
Ruidar warriors have taken a bit of a hit. Have faith in the Iron Crown. Ah, Breland bodyguards versus Witch Knights. What a battle that'll be. There's 63 of them, there's 53 of us. Turn of face, men. Pull back over here. Our archers fire. This is basically over. The lines have met. Baduila versus whoever he is. Archie, isn't it? Victory is a distinct possibility for the enemy, so we must do something. And unfortunately, one of the key places where we're actually fighting now, we've got our worst unit of the entire army in the position. Now, they do have gatekeepers. Small number, but there are some. Did you just crash on me? It's frozen. It never freezes. Welcome back. So, I've never known it to crash like that before in my life. It just froze. It didn't actually crash to desktop. I had to sign out. I mean, I could have restarted the computer, but signing out is quicker. Just to get it to go again. But I didn't want to fight the battle again. We had, I'm sure you will agree, they had lost. And the only unit really left fighting was their general. And I didn't want to have to go through all of that just to show you the general dying. So I auto-resolved the victory. And we took Noffer Claw, as you might expect. So there's their weak, pathetic offering that's left over.
We shall
Captain Ray.
Be gone.
Oh, he's still got enough to be a nuisance, though, hasn't he? Both of them have, really. I don't think our little band of defences there will actually hold them back. But I'll tell you what we can do, is train them and send them down. So, we'll take the army away now. Cameth Bryn is more important.
Your will, my lord. Orders.
If they come back for it, they come back for it. We'll worry about that later. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I want to retrain them. Thank you. And the dwarves have attacked Gobadrine, but with the smallest army that they actually have here. Karlin is making his way to Angsul unchecked, so we're going to have to just pick off the dwarf armies one by one by one, because again, they're so intent on making it to Angsul for some bizarre reason. And they're just ignoring our army, but then it just annoys me that the AI does that. They see your big army and they think, oh, I can't beat that army. But instead of just like retreating and regrouping and forming my army up, I'm going to try and run past it and just ignore that it exists. So we've got to hit him. But we just got Althari, who just married into our family tree. I don't know who or where, but he married in. He just married a person, of course. One of the only ones that will have a... oh, he must have married someone who's not part of the family tree. Because I can't see his portrait there anywhere. Yeah, I wonder who he just... He's into a family tree, just not the royal line. So who knows where he's gone. We'll chuck some more recruitment in, thank you very much. We've got some good units in Angsul, actually. There are 3 fairly good forces there.
Yes.
And we've got some units here that are pretty crappy, so we'll swap them out.
Command.
Oh, I've just done that at the worst time. We'll swap them out in a moment when we defeat this force. Look how much siege they've got. Good above. Alright, the first of a few fights against the dwarves. They just get so many resources. They're just non-stop throwing troops at us. But we just can't auto-resolve battles against dwarves because they will beat us every time. And we can't risk it. We just can't risk it. But we've got 2 units of cavalry to take on their vast siege army that they've brought here. So now we did attack them, and so they're going to sit on top of this hill and just laugh at us, I expect. Our best bet then, I think, is to come from the trees. So the main army will come from the trees, but the Witch King and the cavalry will flank around and shut down their siege. I could probably get the entire army to hide in the trees, actually. Some of you don't want to. I know that pikes just don't. They just can't hide in trees, so we can put the pikes there and you can be like bantha fodder. That's a lot of people standing on top of each other, but it'll work. Let's move them a bit further away. And as expected, there they sit. Although the siege is in the main line. So, Witch King, you hit that one. You guys hit that one. Just straight at them. Straight down the gullet, please. And then as they begin to maneuver to beat us, we'll bring forth our forces. No, you're not going to make it. They're doing scouts, you've just charged into it. That's alright. Right, pull out, pull out. Shut something down at least. Good job, fellows, good job. Very few losses, excellent kills. Pikes, make your way up the hill. Swing the Witch King round. There we are. Right. Give it a pause. Let's actually meet this army that's coming down to get us. So, you're a flank unit, you're defensive, you can take the line. You can all take the line quite nicely. So, run to there. All of our archers at the moment just come and sit back behind. And the flanking force, which I have actually only made 2 units, run to there for now. Come out of times 6. Now we need the siege down. Because it's shooting at us. Nice. Good shots. Good charge. There's more siege over there. Now our units are engaged. Oh, only a few. Pull out and get them, pull out and get them. Pikes are engaged. 2 units of Ruidau run over here. Our archers have the benefit of the trees, which is always nice. You go in and cut them. I'm sure the Witch King is probably decimating. Although that isn't a Witch King force, is it, actually? No. What are we on? 21 plays 4. Not too shabby. Azagald's Tomb Protectors, though. That's going to be a challenge. Right, good job. Pull away. Pull away. Right, I want you to hit those Tomb Protectors and you to hit those Labourers. Oh, they're up against Dwarven. We need to shut them over there as well. Alright, you turn on them. You turn on them. That was an awful charge. What on earth are you doing? No one is on defensive, please. You guys come through and shut down that ballista, and you go and hit those scouts. We have to just hope that the troops here are going to hold. They're against some formidable Eredluan forces. No, we're going to support. We're going to have to just send support. Don't run into any pike units, but... Come on, the Witch King. Get you to hit that Gavilgathel guard.
They have lost half their men.
Nice. Pull him out. Next unit go in. What are we on now? 67 plays 16. You're going in to hit them. Right, pikes come and hit them. And we'll then lend cavalry support. We've absolutely surrounded their Azagald's two protectors down there. And there's hardly any units left over there. Are you the Witch King or are you the support? No, you're the support. The ballisters are firing again. Gods, they're annoying. Right, hit those labourers. Support those labourers.
Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead.
Ah, it's over. All of you, move on those pikes. You, come back, hit those scouts. You, that unit's dead. Hit those scouts too. Why is it that when you tell them to do something as a group, they just don't do it? Pikemen are routing. Go and capture them. And the general is all that's left. And he won't run away, so we have to kill them. How many did we lose in the end? 25. It's not too bad. Dwarves are so much better than us.
The enemy army flees the field. Pursue and run them down.
Capture a few more. Capture a few more.
This is a clear victory.
It's over. 655. See, that's almost a third of our force. 312 kills go to the Witch King. 366 to his secondary unit. Nice. I really should try and play more to getting the sort of healer traits that I know that generals can get, so that more of our forces survive those battles. But that's the first Dwarven army gone. One of the armies does have a general and will be a challenge, but the others are all just captains. And with constant cavalry micromanagement, we'll be able to smash them all as we have done here. But let's not forget, we've got reinforcements coming, so merge what we can.
Orders.
Take away those and those. Oh, and 33 conscripts over there. Get rid of them.
Yes. We'll make camp here by your command.
New stock.
Orders. My lord.
2 turns until it got a damned garrison.
Off your head and spit on your neck. My lord.
We'll move you all to Gobadrine once we can. Cavathbrin army is moving. Yep. And offer a claw holding there. And call Willishar.
Yes, my lord.
One more turn.
Yes.
Oh, we also got trade rights with Canned. In case you were wondering. I'm not sure why they are too concerned about trade rights with us, but we got them, so that one's in the bag. We are going to lose Athelin, that is almost a certainty. And we are attacked again. Captain Woody and Captain Buka.
Attack!
And we'll take Cor Willishar with this victory. Now, Captain Woody does actually have some relatively good troops, but Buka has nothing. But the biggest fear now, of course, is that the game's just going to freeze randomly. But who knows what the cause of that was. Now, they attacked us, so we can sit quite nicely on any hill of our choosing and say, come at me. And we're going to choose this hill here. Now, we don't have the greatest of archers, but we've got some. They've got 1 unit of siege, but siege is so easily killed when you've got cavalry. Now, just build a line. There's so few of you. This is a real raiding force. I don't know where the reinforcements are coming in from, but we'll worry about that later.
The enemy have brought up more men.
Oh, coming down from the south, that's not a problem there. Are those gatekeepers? Yes, a full battalion of them. Yes. That's the artillery down in one go. Nice.
Victory will be ours.
You're not running away, are you? No good. Pull Agendower out, we're going to need him. It looks like the... Oh, they're not doing the same thing they've done before, are they? The gatekeepers. Where they get into almost melee range before they actually come at you with their... I think they are. Right, Agendower. No, don't. Pull back. Nice. Shut down 2 melee missile troops there. You keep shooting.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Come back and hit those gatekeepers. You now turn them. You keep throwing at them. And Agendower, get involved. Good charging, cavalry. Good charging.
The battle is very much in our favour.
And again,
victory will be only half the enemy force remains.
Such glorious charges. The gatekeepers are out of the game. Oh, look, there's some merchant militia for you there. All of you change on the merchant militia. Where did the merchant militia even come from? Archers, stop firing. Run down to there. Agendower, go and finish those off. Run past. Archers are in position.
The enemy general flees like the coward he is. Press onward and break the spirit of his army.
You hit those merchant militia. Only those gatekeepers remain. Don't worry about those merchant militia. Just form a line there. And yes, they're in range. Fire on them.
Behold how our cowardly foe runs. It's time to...
Even the gatekeepers have broken. Now we have to kill everyone of this army. Because... what are they doing? Oh, they're defending their archers. Alright, we'll go then.
If we continue like
I don't know if the merchant militia are from the... Oh, look at that, they broke as soon as they got into battle. No, you can't break. You will come back here and you will fight.
Our men have only half the enemy force remains.
That was an insane charge. That was an absolutely insane charge. Go, quick, capture them. We gotta let none of these, the reinforcing army can, or a few of them can get away, but... Go on. Oh no, they missed it. Get a few more, I think that's the best we're gonna get.
The enemy
48 died, and over 1,000 Brelanders did. 328. Guardians of Gondom are so powerful. That is the kind of victory we need against the Brelanders to really change things up. It's just the order, really, isn't it, at the moment? Brelanders are propping up the very bottom of the strength table. They are weak. They are pathetic. We are then solidly in the middle. We beat the Brelanders man for man, and if we've got even one tier above what they're presenting, we will beat them with almost minimal losses.
Honor, victory.
And then there's the dwarves, who match us more than man for man, and it takes all of our ability to actually think in order to bring them down. If the AI were as good, if the AI were able to match my thinking, the dwarves would be absolutely annihilating us by now. They would have beaten us a long time ago. We just have to keep hoping that we can chip away at Bree enough that when the dwarves chip away at us, it makes no difference. That is what it is all for now. I will gladly take Karas Nernaled. Apologies everyone, I'm not going to bother going through the rigmarole of muting.
Making camp here, as you command.
Also Dunland, who I believe I am allied with, am I not? No, I'm not. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, hang on. Bree are at war with Dunland. When did that happen? Have they been at war the whole time? No, they've only just recently come into the war, surely.
Your orders, my lord.
Oh, we're not going to get to Karas Nernaled in time. The Dunlendings are going to beat us to it. I was tempted to sell our holdings to Dunland, but if Dunland have now entered into the... When did I missed that? Grey Havens of Linden, Dunlendings, Breeland, terrible. That's all that's going. Dunland were definitely not at war with Bree up until... That's a recent thing, surely. Yes, I think it definitely is.
Yes, my lord.
That's really good news. The tide has just turned. With Dunland's entry into this war, the Breelanders hold no hope whatsoever. Now we will merge those. 12 of those can go. And because we're about to take them 3 from there. So we'll do that on the next turn. That's alright. Now we need to fight and kill Daldin then we can nip over and get Goberdrine. But I am thinking if they're not going to attack... Oh, it's only got 1 turn.
I'll rip off your head and spit on you.
Yes, my lord.
Althari, you can go. Go and get Athelin back.
We shall continue to your will, my lord.
You guys are going to be the garrison of
An
Goberdrine.
order. I'll rip off your head and
Probably
spit
take
on
that
your
with just
dead.
cavalry alone, actually. So Dunland are in. Bree are now really on the edge. Let Dunland have the angle. Dunland, I believe, have got both of the Tharbads. Dunland have also got Argond, which is just here. They've got an army there moving on Karas Nernaled, which we're hoping to get first. Cor Willishar will shortly leave us and go back to Bree. That's not a problem. And we got a lot of money for that, which is nice. And Dunland possibly still have Hobbiton. No, the Shire, Breeland have taken that back. But Linden, that's the only worry. Linden are against Dunland. But I know that we're not allied with Dunland. And why can't we be allied with Dunland? I don't quite understand why we can't be allies. We're neutral, but your enemies are my enemies, so... I don't understand. Oh no, hang on. I bet they were allied to the Northern Dunedain. And that means we'll now never be able to be allies. Which means they, even though we are happy they're against Bree, there's a risk they might fight us. So we've got to watch out for that. But for now, that is going to be all for this one. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. And until we speak again, dear friends, Navar na den Perimad Melunin, and farewell.